Good morning. Gosh, your nails are sharp. I'm here with Dr. Charming. I've got an empty thing of peanut butter, but there's, of course, it lined on the edges, and she is going insane. Look at this, she's begging. Okay, sit, lay down. Good girl. Okay, here you go. Go ahead, have fun. So, we should be good for the next half hour. Anyways. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whatever time you are choosing to stream and watch this video. I, of course, have the morning time, so you can see some of the kind of gray skies coming in through the window, but that's okay. There's a purpose for all forms of weather and temperature and moments. So let's take it all in as the present. So in our Yoga Foundations class, just a reminder that I'm going to take you through a practice, but you are in charge of your body, and anything that doesn't resonate with you, please feel free to modify or to change or to skip. You can enhance something, or you can take it down to an easier level if that feels right for your body. So I'd like to think this class is pretty gentle overall, especially because I'm catering it to this little baby in here, so we don't do a bunch of crazy stuff, but that's kind of my just pretty little statement there. So let's just begin with our hands on our lap. Clear my throat. Sit tall, so find length coming from your spine. Let the shoulders just melt down your back. Let the head and neck retract slightly so that the ears are just dancing over the shoulders. The chin is level with the floor. Take nice long breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and repeat. Allow the breath to be the focal point of attention. It's natural for thoughts to pop up. Rather than going with those thoughts, just be an observer to them. They arrive and then they disappear. Take just a few more moments. Allow your chin to come down towards your chest. Slightly open the eyes, just a soft gaze, and then roll the head and neck back up to neutral. Let's take our hands into heart center, lining up all of our fingers and our thumbs, pressing the palms towards one another. Let those shoulders roll back and down. Draw the elbows inward and press those palms together so that you can feel an energetic connection. Pause for a moment now in your open-eyed state of relaxation, feeling the movement of energy through your spine, through your arms, into the palms. Inhale, gaze up. Let the palms float up while continuing to press together. The elbows may or may not get straight based on just the mobility, but that's okay. exhale, let the hands come back down towards heart center. Slide your hands alongside your body and stretch your legs out straight. We're going to take a seated fold, and my fold needs to be a little wider to accommodate this belly, so it's your choice how narrow or far apart you want your legs to be. Start by staff pose is a great preparation, so hands by your side, lifting up through the spine, lifting up through the heart center. Flex the toes back towards your face and just feel even the challenge and the benefits of just sitting upright with a tall spine. Pressing your hands into the floor will help allow those shoulders to decrease in their shrug state. So if we press, it helps to open up the chest. And then once the chest feels open and broad, begin to then reach through the chest as you lean forward, walking your hands alongside the outer thighs, and then perhaps taking the shins, perhaps connecting with the toes. If they're very far away and you want to have a leverage, then take a strap or a belt or a dog leash, something like that, to wrap around those toes. Notice I bent my knees slightly to get a better grip, but then was able to straighten them back out. So I'm keeping my chest lifted here, letting the stretch sensation be felt on the back of the thighs, the calves, and through the spine. As you breathe in, let the height of your spine continue to lengthen. And as you breathe out, let the knees continue to engage and let the navel draw in towards your spine. Sounds of peanut butter being licked out of a jar. Very peaceful. Now that we're here, I'm going to separate a little bit wider just to get that fold. We've bent forward with a nice straight spine, so this time we're going to allow that chin to tuck towards our chest and round, probably getting a little bit deeper into that fold. And then we'll feel a different sensation, more so on our back side and the upper back, especially mid back, low back, taking some of the sensation away from the back of the thighs, or perhaps just adding to it. Breathe in and out. On your next inhale, start to elevate the trunk again so that you've got a nice straight spine, and then use the palms to rise back up to a just seated position. We're going to take a counter pose to that, and we're going to use bridge pose. So use your hands to reposition your feet flat, slide your bottom up, drop down to your elbows, and lie on your back. We're going to take, I'm going to just turn my body like that. Okay, so from here, move over there, silly. Okay, we're going to take our hips, we're going to lift them up towards the sky, just feeling that extension in the body. The hands, you can rest alongside your body with the palms down. The pressure of the palms can help push and lift you up a little bit higher. You can take the hands beneath the body, clasp them and tuck the shoulders, and also let the palms come towards one another. A little bit more of a chest opener, also to assist in getting a little bit taller, a little bit more lift. And now we feel the stretch sensation on the front of the hips and pelvis while we're also engaging the backside. release your hands if you've chosen to bring them out from underneath you. And then starting with the top part of your spine, just roll back down so that the bottom becomes flat once again towards the floor. So we've taken ourselves into a flexion and an extension. Now it's time to start side bending and twisting. So we're going to just come back up to seated. So I'm going to roll to my side and use this top arm, push up onto my elbow, push up onto my palm, and now I'm back up and seated in a more comfortable way. So we're going to take rotation just from a seated posture. My left hand is going to find the right knee. My right hand is going to find the floor behind me. Push that hand, just like staff pose, into the floor to help get that spinal lift. And then start to look over that right shoulder, not just with the head and neck, but then once you feel like your motion has stopped, let your eyeballs continue to go all the way over to the right. The body will naturally follow the direction that the eyes want to go, and energetically you're still creating this really great twist in the body. So as you inhale here, let the spine lift up tall. As you exhale, perhaps go a little bit deeper. When we are ready to release, we're going to do so with an inhale. So inhale, lift up through the spine and begin to reverse that twist. Placing your hands back on your lap. Just pause for a moment here in the neutral position, by taking a cycle of breath. And then we'll take the right hand over to the left knee. The left hand will find its way to the low back, push into the earth, find length through the spine, and begin to rotate over that left shoulder. Using the same pattern as the other side, inhaling up and exhaling into a gentle twist. Alexa, play relaxing music.
Here's a station for relaxing music, Mellow on Amazon Music.
Alexa, play yoga radio.
Yoga radio from Pandora.
Let's take ourselves out with the next inhale. Relax. Back into a neutral position. Now let's take our body into a side bend motion. So we're going to do so with like a fold. So we're going to take our legs and incorporate them into this next motion as well. Okay, settle down there. Okay, soles of the feet, we're going to come together. We're going to take a forward fold first over the thighs, and then we're going to be taking our arms to either side of our floor or mat to enhance a side bend stretch. So start to slide your hands forward, just kind of cruising the floor and the carpet. Let's tuck the chin towards the chest, feeling that rounding sensation again. And then just start to take the right hand closer to the left and shuffle the hands a little bit more in that direction. Reach with your right hand a little bit more deeply. This is a very tight fold because of the leg positioning, but one that allows us to multitask, so to speak, to get a couple different muscle groups open at once. So if I didn't have my legs in this position, the fold might look deeper, but Here we get that really nice inner thigh groin stretch at the same time. So reach with that right arm just a little bit more. And try not to let this right leg come up with you like that. You want to try and push it down towards the floor, letting it be an anchor, letting it be your root. And then keep sliding the left hand all the way over to the side of your body and just let that right arm float up. Now we take the flexion out, but we enhance that side bending. Try and keep those legs engaged towards the floor, stretching that arm out nice and long, feeling that side bend stretch. Drop that right palm back down, slide it to the center, slide the left palm to the center, return to a forward fold. Slide the right hand to the right and the left hand to the right. Reach more with that left hand, trying to maybe grip the floor a little bit, stretching out of the side trunk and torso. Slide your right hand more to the side of your body and let that left arm float all the way up. So we take the flexion out, but we keep the side bending present. Release back down towards the mat, sliding your hands forward. Feeling the differences in our ability to fold. Slide your hands back underneath the feet. This time, lengthen the spine out. Let the shoulder blades come back and down. Pull with your strong arms your chest closer towards your feet. Feeling an enhanced inner thigh opening. Then take your palms, flip them back down, push away from the floor, allowing yourself to come back upright. We're going to use our hands to help slide our legs back up, like closing a book, if you will. So we need to open the front of our hips once again to kind of help balance out some of those sensations on the side of the thigh. So we're going to take a low lunge. So we're going to flip those legs around. Low lunges are among my favorite. They feel fantastic. So from this tabletop position, right leg is going to slide up. Now, I've been doing all my low lunges essentially with my hands on the inside of this, on the inside of whatever leg I'm targeting because of my belly, but you might choose to have the other arm on the outside of that right leg. So those are variables. They just change the stretch a little bit. Hi, sweetheart. Move over there. And then once you're in this position, I'm gonna stay kind of high and then let the back leg slide deeper so that I feel the sensation of stretch through the front of the left pelvis and then probably on the back of the right pelvis. So now I've got my hands pressing into the earth, letting the body just kind of drop. I have the advantage of the video screen to kind of see my alignment, so I can see that my head and neck are essentially in line with the rest of my trunk and torso, which is what we want to aim for. there's not a problem with rounding, it just changes the energetics of the posture, and I want to keep the energetics open. So I'm lifting through the crown of my head while reaching deep into the knee, so that way I've got two directions going through the spine. Ooh, nice little twitch sometimes of fascia letting go. Some of you may be able to slide down to your forearms if this is starting to open up quite a bit, or even just one forearm. I'm going to push my hands into the earth to help start to ease myself out of that deep stretch, sliding the other leg back into a tabletop position. And we're going to take a tabletop quad stretch. Now this one's quite challenging, so if you would prefer to lay on your side body, you can always do a modification laying on your side and grabbing your ankle. So we're going to stick with the same leg that was back. The left leg was back, so we were opening the pelvis, but we didn't have our knee bent. So we're going to do another version where I've got a nice tabletop from hand to knee here. Lifting this leg up and reaching back with my right hand to pull the knee into a bent position and bringing that heel closer towards the buttocks. This is going to help get that quad stretch. You might need a strap to help bring a connection between your hand and your foot, but of course you can just do this from your side, and instead of grabbing with the opposite arm, you can grab with the same sided arm. You can also do this on your belly. I cannot, but you can if you don't have a baby growing inside. And so I'm going to continue to let my spine lengthen as that quad lengthens, trying to reach through the crown of my head. We're also challenging our core and our balance here. You may also choose to just pull the heel towards the buttocks, or you can be a little bit more active here where you're kicking that foot into the hand to help really enhance the pull of the front body. And as we release, see if you can extend the leg out straight and take the arm out in front of you. Pausing for a moment. And then release the palm, release the knee, wiggle through the hips. Good, we're doing great on time. Now we'll take the other side. So left leg slides to the hands. My right leg is going to slide back. Now we've got that nice opening of the glute and the hamstring on our left side, while the front of the right hip is now opening. Okay, just calm down there, Miss Charm. Just loving that little peanut butter jar. Doing good. I think it's going to last at least the next 8 minutes. So let's align the spine, making it nice and long. Easy. Yeah, you easy. Again, staying on the palms, or maybe the body allows you to drop down to your forearms. You're nutty. You're nutty. I know. Let's go ahead and start taking ourselves out. So we're going to push those palms to shift the leg back, sliding that left leg behind our body. And now we're going to take the opposite side stretch. So my right hand and my left knee are planted. I'm gonna start by just elevating the right leg and reaching back with that left hand towards the toes, trying to realign my spine and take that heel towards the buttocks so I've got a nice quad stretch. And I'm gonna just take a few breaths here first before I try and kick my leg out, just to kind of prepare my body. Make sure that your base knee and hand are not too close towards one another, because that will make it harder to stay balanced. You do want to start in that nice, strong tabletop position. And again, I'm going to start kicking that foot into my hand slightly to help increase the back bend, increase the quad stretch, increase the action in the glutes. As you exit, start to extend the leg out straight and then the left arm out straight. Pausing for a moment here. And release the left palm, release the leg. Just sit back on your heels, widen your stance if that feels comfortable, and stretch your arms out into a child's pose. All that extension calls for a flexion counter pose. And child's pose is great for that. If your forearms and elbows are comfortably on the floor, perhaps take the palms towards one another and place them on your upper back, of course, so that the thumbs just tap behind the head, feeling that deeper shoulder stretch, and also a mudra, trying to channel prayer to the back of our heart chakra and the back of our throat. What? Place the hands back down on the mat. Slide the elbows underneath the body so the hands come closer to the shoulders. Rise your body up from your child's pose. Now, at this point, I'd like you to take your Shavasana positioning. So if Shavasana for you today is going to be laying on your back, then please do that, finding a comfortable corpse pose. I'm going to stay in seated. I'm going to sit on my meditation pillow as well, just to give some more height, let my spine stay up nice and tall. Please lay down, my love. We're almost done. Please lay down. All of us, please lay down, right? Charm. Lay down, please. Lay down. I know you want action. This is like the mind. She represents the mind that pokes at us. Please, go over there and lay down. Okay. So now that hopefully you found a position that makes you feel comfortable, modify by putting anything underneath the knees or maybe supporting yourself on your side. Let's let the hands rest alongside our body. Maybe the palms are facing up. Close your eyes. start to notice where your focus tends to go. Is it on our breath? Does the mind insert thoughts? Do we go to an emotional place? There's no judgment with this exercise. We're just observing and allowing them to pass. Becoming the seer of our thoughts, allowing us to rest in the present moment and as the spirit, the soul, the infinite, divine. Practice your Shavasana as long as you would like. Thank you for allowing me to take you through your practice today. More importantly, thank yourselves for taking the time to practice your yoga and to unite with your inner spirit. The light